I didn't even move the laundry basket. I thought about it. I thought, will it be distracting? But then I thought, it's there. And my challenge to myself is just being real with you guys. And it's really uncomfortable to have all this crap on the bed behind me. So there it is. And Molly, you doing okay back there? She looks mad. Anyway, so yesterday for my first vlog, I was telling you about how this is really uncomfortable because I don't have a planned topic. I don't know what's gonna come out of my mouth. And it's really uncomfortable to just be raw and real and just talk about whatever comes up. Another thing that held me back for a long time, and I also mentioned yesterday about how my appearance on a daily basis is not great. And that was a concern for me too, because I don't know. I'm fine with being myself in real life, but on social media, I feel like I've always got to look my best because that's professional and I'm representing my business. But if you'll notice, I have the exact same hairdo as yesterday because it's been like that since yesterday, and that's just how it goes. But my other big concern about doing these was, am I even going to have something to talk about every day? But the thing is I've been talking about fitness for four years now. Actually, 10 years, really, if you get down to it. I didn't have a business yet, but I've been talking about it for 10 years and haven't run out of anything to say about that. So probably I won't run out of things to say about this. It's just, man, when you don't want to do something, especially me, if you're like me, I can come up with a million reasons that it's not supposed to happen. And that was one of them. Is I don't know if I will have anything to talk about. But what was interesting is today at the gym, I was working out with Colleen, and we were working on our glutes, trying to get some nice ones. And I was telling her, she had mentioned about one of the fitness gals that we really admire, about her father passing away. I think it was like six or 8 years ago, something like that. And I didn't know about that one in particular. Excuse me. But then I was telling her that I know of another if I mention these names, you guys would know exactly who they are. So these are in the fitness world, they are celebrities. So one of them whose dad was murdered, one of them whose dad died, I believe, of a heart attack, and one whose mom was in and out of the picture as she was growing up. And it is definitely stereotype, for lack of a better word, but these people that you are following on social media, these fitness celebrities, most of them, I think it's safe to say, most of them have gone through some serious, serious crap in their youth and young adulthood. And that is their drive. The reason they are so driven is because of that pain. And as somebody who grew up pretty comfortable, not financially comfortable, but I didn't have any major tragedies strike until I was an adult and really already married, probably. So it's, when you don't have that pain that drives you, when you're a pretty comfortable person, it's kind of hard to be as driven as some of those people. And maybe you're the exception to that rule, but it is really easy for me to just be like, yeah, I'm good right now. So that's for me, one of my biggest obstacles is not letting myself be comfortable enough to be complacent. And so doing this vlog is part of that. because it really gets me out of my comfort zone. And I love talking to you guys and I love connecting with you, but telling you some of the things about my life that are not super flattering, and that some of you may be really surprised to learn some things. I don't really like that very much, but it's really important to me to be open and honest with you, because I want you to look at me and say, you know what, she's just like me. I can do that too, and then go do it. So anyway, so all of that to say, that's how my morning went, and it just kind of reminded me what I'm up against as far as complacency goes. But then later today, I took my girls to the zoo to a birthday party, and I haven't announced this to the public yet, but my two daughters, who are ages 5 and almost 8, want to start their own business. And we talked about it a lot, because I was trying to explain to them, like, this is not just something where you go sell some stuff and then you get to spend the money. Like, if you're going to start a business, we're going to do it the right way, and it's going to be a lot of work. Are you sure this is what you want to do? And if so, what kind of business do you want to have? And so we've talked about it a lot. And of course, my 8-year-old is a little more aware of what she's getting herself into. And my 5-year-old is really excited about it too, and has opinions, and it's been really fun. But she's more along for the ride at this point, I think. But my 8-year-old, almost 8-year-old, asked me today. She said, "Mommy, are there going to be people who think that I'm too young to run a business?" Yep, that's what I told her. I said, yep. I said, but there are always going to be people who are telling you that you can't or shouldn't be doing what you're doing. Is that going to stop you? Or are you going to let those opinions of those people that you probably don't even know affect what you want to do? So you're going to have to decide if you're going to live your life trying to please other people, or if you're going to do what you want to do. And I said, it doesn't matter what other people think. And of course, then I referenced Moana from yesterday. And, I said, even her daddy did not want her doing what she was doing, but she knew what she was supposed to do. And so it took her a long time to gather the courage to do it, but she did it. And so we've talked a lot about that today. She's a little bit nervous about putting herself out there, but I thought, you know what? Let's get it over with now, because then she doesn't grow up. She's not then 37 and trying to overcome it. She's going to get it over with when she's 8. And so it's going to be a lot of fun to see what they do with this. And, it's one of those things where regardless of whether they stick with it or not, they are going to learn some great life lessons, and we're going to get to do something together as women. And I think it's awesome. I can't wait to see what comes of it. And they already know what they want to sell, and have some very definite opinions about it that are different than what I would suggest that they do. But I'm giving them, free reign. I want them to make mistakes. I want them to learn some hard lessons, and just see where it takes them. So, this is one of those things where it could last, a year, 6 months, something like that, or it could be something that grows and becomes what they do as women once they're adults. So I don't know, but knowing that they're watching me and seeing what I'm doing, and if nothing else, if nobody watching this video is encouraged to start something by watching me, those 2 little girls in there have been inspired to try something. And that is super exciting to me. I screw up a lot, a lot. But that's one thing I consider a win. So anyway, that is it for me for today. I'm going to try to keep this one a little bit shorter. I'm going to try to keep them under 10 minutes. But if you're enjoying these of me just kind of spilling my guts, feel free to subscribe so that you get notifications when I post a new one. And other than that, I will see you tomorrow. Good night.